Okay, in a front-page story in this morning's New York Times, Jeremy Peters reports that national Democrats in radio ads and leaflets throughout the South are invoking incendiary topics such as Trayvon Martin, Ferguson, and even Jim Crow to rile up their African-American base. Republicans are crying foul, accusing Democrats of playing the race card and even, quote, race hustling. Mark, do these Republicans have a point when they say that these tactics cross the line?
Well, I certainly think they're incendiary, and I certainly agree with Republicans who say that if Republicans engaged in this kind of incendiary tactics, the press would be a lot more up in arms. Kudos to the New York Times for collecting that stuff and talking about it. I do think that in every cycle, we have colleagues who say this is the most negative ever.
Yeah.
These are not so over the line.
Yeah.
Factually, they're questionable, but I think the incendiary nature of them shows you the degree to which Democrats know they have no choice but to turn out African-American voters with emotion, or they're not going to win these southern races.
And I think you got to look at a little bit of these case by case. There's like this leaflet in one of these races, I think it's maybe in Arkansas, I can't remember where, maybe Louisiana, where there's a leaflet that's got a lynching on it that talks about how if Republicans retake the Senate, President Obama will be impeached. Now, that to me is over the line. You know, to invoke the stand and fight your ground law, the stand your ground law in Florida, in the case of Trayvon Martin, as a legitimate policy thing that Republicans and Democrats have differences on, that doesn't seem to me over the line at all. So you got to parse these out. You got to parse these out a little bit.
It does make it harder for Democrats to cry foul when Republicans invoke race for one reason or another. Well, as you say,
it makes it harder to do that in a principled way, but it doesn't make it any harder for them to practice.
It is case by case, but I think that this cycle, although it's been negative as typically it is, it's not been over the line in a lot of ways. This may be an exception.
And I'll say that what this also does is that we're going to be looking in these next few days for other stuff like this. This is all kind of sub rosa. This is the stuff that usually slips by
in the last few days
of a race. Okay.